Well, very good morning, guys. Okay. So last day we just been talked about HTML helpers, right? Okay. How to use HTML helpers is what I shown you in the previous example. Yeah. Yeah. When you click on the add student, where it goes? Display student. All the data will come here and goes to display student. One thing is, I said you to do this. Yeah. What you'll do? Just go for adding a view. Name it as display student. Display student. You can choose your model here. Already said you. What will you select? Empty and then model. What is the model? Student, right? Click on it. Yeah, automatically you will be getting up the model loaded over there. Once you get the model, you can display your data. See guys, how I'm displaying my data. Yeah. See, I'm using unordered list, LI, student ID, and ID should come. How to get? We already talked about this, na? @model.sid. @model refers to student. If you put your mouse on that, it will show you clearly. @model refers to student. See? It is student. Student.id, student.name, student.class, student.gender, student.fees, and student.address. Now run your add student. Yeah, fill in the details here. Class 6, mail. Click on the save. It should launch your display student, and the display student has to display the output to you. Oh, sorry guys, I made a mistake. No, an error. Just when you're calling this return view display student, and you need to pass the model there. Right, the data should be transferred to the view. Okay, how do you transfer? From a student model object. The model should be passed there. That's a mistake. Yeah, all the values loaded. Exactly, yeah. So this is how you design the open interfaces by using HTML controls. So right now we are designing the data by using the HTML controls. Using HTML controls, we've just been performing the appropriate actions. Okay, right. Now, to design user interfaces, I said you there are three options available to you. One is HTML controls. I shown you examples with it. Second one, HTML helpers. I shown you examples on HTML helpers also. The third option, what we have in this context is, the third option, what we just have in this particular context is going to be strongly typed HTML helpers. What is that? Strongly typed HTML helpers. Nothing, guys. HTML helpers are launched in MVC 1.0, and in MVC 2.0, they launched as strongly typed HTML helpers. What are those? Nothing. You know HTML helpers now? Strongly typed HTML helpers are also same. If at all you want to create a text box in HTML, how are you creating? How are you creating a label? At the rate HTML dot label, and here you are giving the name of the label, something, some name you're giving. I'm just giving the name like SID, student ID. Next, at the rate HTML dot text box, and we are just going to give a name SID. Sorry guys, here we give a name, not a name, mainly what you give is a text, enter ID, enter or simply student ID. Okay, leave the label here, ignore the label, just for a text box. At the text box, we are creating a text box like this. What is SID name? And this name should exactly match with the name of my property, model property, right? If it doesn't match, what will happen? It won't read the value. It won't read the value. I need to write the manual code for reading the values again. It is not going to read the values, and I need to write the manual code for reading the values again. That is the problem. So compulsory, the name what I'm using here should exactly match with the property name. Okay? But right now, in 2.0, they introduced the concept called strongly typed model helpers. Nothing here. You write text box for s.side. This is how you create the text box. This is how you create the controls. For every control, you have a for. And this is directly bound with your model. What is yes? Yes refers to your student directly now. Yes refers to your student. Okay, already we'll import student on the top now. Yes refers to the student here. And when you say s.sid, automatically it is going to bring the things. Now, when you type it s. IntelliSense works. So model binding will be done correctly now. So now you make a mistake here. Again, the model did not bind correctly. Without all the problems, we can just take the help of IntelliSense and type safety, and you can just directly go for writing s.sid. So when you say s. Automatically the model properties will be listed there. You don't require to say today we have only 5 or 6 here, but assume like you have 30, 40 properties. How do you remember each name? There are chances to enter the wrong name here. Wherever there is a wrong typing mistake, the values won't be read. So that way, you can use the IntelliSense now, yes dot, and you can just create the SID here. Automatically, it is just going to bind off this control with the SID property. Anything entered in this will come off to the SID. So these are called as strongly typed model helpers. So they are exactly same as HTML helpers only, but strongly typed HTML helpers we call them. That's all. See, for all the things we have a replacement now. Check. Label for hidden for list box for text box for text area for everything we have it. Same class only. Just the only thing is write for there. That's all. Other than that, everything is same. So these are strongly typed. That is the advantage with them. Okay. So watch it. In our controller, in our existing controller only, I'm not adding another one. Already we created 2 methods here now. Now I will write one more method. Again, add a student only, but just to differentiate between the old and the new one, I'll say ST. Nothing, strongly typed. Okay. Return view. And this is HTTP get. Now let us add a view. Right click, add view, creating a view. Again, you can use this option again, empty. Model class is student. Click on the add button. Already model is imported. Now I want to create a label. How did you create a label in the last example? Tell me. Yeah. How did you create this? Just a second. At the rate using HTML dot begin form. HTML dot begin form. How did you create a label? See, label in the text box. Just copying these two lines, pasting it here. Now, without using label, what you require to use, for. Label for and the text box for. And how the binding should be done, now. Yes, lambda expression. Yes, dot. You got the list. IntelliSense. Type safety, IntelliSense. So yes, dot, yes ID. Chill out now. What is yes, sir? Yes is your model. Put your mouse on yes. Watch, what is it referring to? How, sir? We have already imported on the top. We already specified the model on the top. Because we already specified the model on the top, that will automatically be taken up here. When I say yes, it will refer to student. And a lambda expression, yes dot ID. And yeah, yes, lambda expression, yes dot SI. See here, this is a label now. The label text will be taken as a property name automatically now. The label text will be taken as property name automatically. And here, this text box is bound to the property now. Here, label text will come from the property name. And here, what will happen? The text box is bound to the property. Text box is bound to the property. Same way, repeat the things. Label for. Label for. Text box for. Yes. Yes dot name. Yes. Yes dot name. Okay. Next what? Label for. Yes. Yes dot class. Yes. Yes. Oh, sorry. Oh, I not write for. Yes. Yes dot class. Yes dot class. Remaining all are same. Remaining all are same only. The same only what you write. Next. I'll copy all of them. We'll change it. Label per. Zend. S dot Zend. Next. For. There's nothing difference other than this, guys. Just going to be strongly typed, that's all. But here also model binding is same, and there also model binding is same. Only thing is here IntelliSense works and their intelligence doesn't work. That's it. Other than that, you will not notice any difference between strongly typed model helpers and your regular model helpers. Both are going to be one and the same only in this case. Text area for property. Oh, there's no overload taking 5 parameters. Just a minute, guys. First one. Int rows, int columns. HTML attributes. Okay, no need to give a default value. Here we have overload which takes 4 arguments only, not giving any default value. But there we have an option of giving the default value. But here we don't give a default value. Directly as dot address, number of rows, number of columns. And this one I already said here. What is that? HTML attributes. Just a minute. Is there anything with 3 overload? I'm checking up. No. No, there is only 4 overload. Compulsory object. This one has to be given. HTML attributes. Finally, yeah. If you understand how you created helpers, now also it is same only. What did I say? We use per here and afterwards we bind it. So yes refers to your model. Yes refers to your model. Sir, the name should be yes, whatever name you want to give here. Student, yes. Generally I used it like that, that's all. You want to give your name here, no problem. A, B, C, D, whatever you want to use it. There is no issue at all. Are you clear? Inside action method, we are passing model attribute. Anywhere it is common. Yeah, Venu, that only I said here. What is significance of yes dot property name? Model binding. Strongly typed in model binding. You're binding it now. So intelligence works in writing the code. That's what I'm telling. Your question is the same what I already said here. There's nothing new here. Everything is same. Only thing is intelligence will work. That's it. Okay. Other than that, nothing difference between HTML helpers and the strongly typed HTML helper. Both are same only. Okay. Now what next? Add student ST. Post method. Display student. Just added you another view here. Now also all the properties will come here. The model is transferred to the view and the view will display you the output now. Add view. What is the name? Display student, and here directly choose off your empty and model. Guys, I did not give these notes. I manually typed all the things, but that is what you need to explore it. Okay, just watch it. What I'm doing it, you to try to do the same. But when I give the notes to you, what did I do is I manually gone for writing all these things here. See, write the below statement at the top of the view. Write this code under div tag. I've very clearly given you there where you should write what and all the things. Okay, so yeah, that your choice how you are going to do it. You can just perform. You can just use the what I selected same way you selected it writes, or you want to write manually, you write manually also. Then let's go to display student. How did we show? Unordered list. Li. Carefully watch it. You can use helpers here also. We can just use the HTML helpers here also. How? Display for, display name for. What is this display for and what is this display name for? Watch it. @HTML dot display name for. @HTML dot display name for. Yes. Yes. Lambda expression. Yes dot. Yes ID. So what will come here? Property name will come here. What will come here? Property name will come here. Okay, you'll get the property name. Next. @HTML dot display for. What is this? The property value will come here. What will come? The property value will come here. Here comes the property name and here comes the property value. So what is the property name? SID only. What is the property value? Property value is not SID here. What the user entered, that is the property value now. Did you understand me? So that is what exactly it is going to load here. So you don't require to again manually do anything. Directly we can just take the help of the model. Model will tell you all the things to you. You can just utilize the content from the model. What is the next one? Dot name. Dot class. Dot piece. Dot Zender. Right. Dot Zender. Dot address. Yeah. Dot name. Dot class. Dot fees. Dot Zender. Dot address. Now run add student ST. You can put a breakpoint in the post method. Yeah, fill in your values. Click save. There's a breakpoint here. All the values loaded automatically. The view should publish. Understood? Only thing I'm telling you, there is no difference at all. We don't have any special advantage. Only thing is IntelliSense works. So there is no chance of typing anything wrong. If anything typed wrong, compile time only to throw you an error. Generally, in HTML helpers, you type anything wrong. Compile time error won't come. Runtime error also will not come. Name, say, name is there. By mistake, you typed yes name. In the previous case, for add student, what is your property name? Name, correct? But here I typed yes name. If I type yes name here, will I get any error? I won't get compile time error, I don't get runtime error. But finally, you won't see the output. Are you clearer? But what is the advantage with strongly typed helpers? Compile time error only will come for you. If at all you make any mistake, what will happen? Compile time only, you'll just get an error. Mainly IntelliSense works. That is the beauty, that's all. Other than that, there is no special advantage what we have. Did not understand. Parameter and controller, student, no need to have instance. What is that? Why you went to dependency injection? I don't understand. Why you're talking about instance? Parameter, that's a parameter to the method. Then what for parameters, when you pass parameters, you will create instances, huh? Parameter will never have an instance here. This one is there already now. Directly the student will come here. Say, you've taken a parameter string str. That's all. Parameter declaration. When you pass the value, it will initialize automatically. You don't write string str is equals to new string. Nah? Same way, anywhere your parameter is passed like that only. that is initialized internally. There is no dependency injection or nothing. You are confusing yourself. That's all. What is dependency injection? I'll teach you in the MVC core. Dependency injections and all, we'll talk in MVC core. There is nothing like parameter dependency injection, anything here. You're just mistaking yourself. Just go and study C# perfectly. How do you pass parameters to a method? Other parameter is always done in the same style. That's all. Okay. So are you clear with HTML helpers? Sorry, strongly typed HTML helpers. What did I say? There is nothing advantage here. Only thing, you will be getting a IntelliSense support. That's all. Read this. In the above program is previous program, not the current one here, previous program. When we are reading the form values by using model object in post action method, we have a problem. That is, control name should exactly be same as property name of model class. For example, if the property name is SID in the model class, then control name also should be SID only. And if we give this as wrong, we don't get any compile time or runtime error. But what will happen? The control value will not be read into model property. That's what I clearly explained you now. Okay, to overcome this problem in MVC 2.0, we are provided with strongly typed HTML helpers, and these helpers purely depends on model classes. So while designing the user UIs, we don't require to give any name to controllers. Strongly typed HTML helpers are also same as HTML helpers we have used it till now, but the only difference is here every helper method is suffixed with for. That's it. For example, I already shown you. Okay, now next, to work with it, just two new action methods. What I added? Add student ST, add student ST. Next, we added view and designed it. You can see all the designing process is same only, but everywhere you used for and yes. Yes is a name what you used here. Anything you use it, no problem at all. Understand my point here? That refers to the model what you are loading. Okay. See guys, actually we have a problem here. What is the problem, you know? We cannot bind multiple models to a view. We cannot bind multiple models to a view. One view can be bound only with one model. That's a drawback. I have 2 or 3 models. I want to just do the binding here, means not possible. Understood my point here? Okay. How do you manage those type of situations? Means we manage it with the help of joins in the database programming. I'll show you that option to you. But directly binding multiple models to a view is not possible. How many models can be bound with a view? One only. One view, one model. That's it. Okay. So the rest of all the things are same only. Here also I created a list. Here also I created a select list, passing the list to it. What is the drawback I said you? Drop down list cannot be directly bound with a list. Drop down list will be bound with what? Select list. But select list is taking list. So first I should create a list, afterwards select list, and then the select list has to be passed here. Okay, what is the select list name? Items. Rest of everything is same. Rest of everything is same. And then what you will do? Add view to display student, and this is the code. So yeah. Display name for display for. Display name for will do what? It will get you the name of the property. Display for value of the property. This will launch add student test view to enter details for the new student. When we fill the form and click on save button, will launch display student st.cshtml view to display the details which the user has entered in the form. Okay. Your space in your notes is not just write about this one. Display name for and display for. Just make a note there. Display name for. Display name for. Property, method will get the property name will get the property name over there, and display for method will get the property value over there. Display name for method will get the property name over there, and display for method will get the property value over there. You'll get the name here, you'll get the value here. Yeah, just one more small correction for all the people who have the notes. Just check it out. I'm not sure. Name. Somewhere around page number 73. Validate method, where you have that, see, the page number may not be exact. That's why. Validate method. Found it? Which number? 66, huh? Okay, whatever it is. There, it's printed session.name is equals to name, right? Yes or not? Array, not session.name. But view that only have that option. Session of name. That is mistaken. Session, open the square brace. And in the double quotes, you're required to give the name. It was wrongly printed session.name. That is a mistake here. Viewback.name is correct, but session.name is wrong. What you should write? Session of name is equals to. That's a wrong type in your notes. Okay. Have you just practiced up all those things? What all the 7 or 8 options are? What's it? View state? No. View data, view bug, temp data, session, cookies, applications, anonymous types, model objects. Okay. So for you, I just put the notes of that 2 things separately for you. But if you download the complete notes, I included all of that there. Okay, because you have taken separate notes. That's why I just put that separately for you. Okay. Account controller session. Where? That only no, I corrected Sagar. The account controller only. That is account controller only. Validate method is in account controller only. That only corrected. And updated notes already yesterday only put up there. Yesterday someone said me that I corrected and immediately posted the notes in the Google Classroom. Okay guys. So now, listen here. We understood about models. We understood about views. We understood about controllers, action methods, all the things. We are learning them bits and pieces. We are learning them bits and pieces in the sense controllers separately, views separately. All these things finally we need to combine together, and model should save the data, load the data. All these things should happen from a database. We'll go to database programming. Before going to database programming, there are some few leftovers. Let me complete of those. Then we'll go to database programming. Okay. So when you go to database programming, These views will save the data, load the data, update, all things will do. Okay. So there are some few leftovers. Let us just complete of this one. What's it is? Partial views. What's a partial view? Array, this partial views are something like in ASP.NET Web Forms here, in ASP.NET Web Forms, we have a concept called user controls. What is that? Say, just for example, you have a button. All of you learning Windows, all of you who knows Windows Forms, all of you who learned ASP.NET Web Forms, in that we have a button ready-made. And every button is a class. Correct? Every button is a class. They designed it, they written the behavior for it, all the things are developed. Same like that, we have a concept like user controls. What's it? You can develop your own controls. Just like button, I want to develop my own control here. I want to develop a control like a stop clock control. The control should work like a stop clock. I don't have a stop clock control available. I want to develop it. I can do it. So we have a concept called as user controls in ASP.NET Web Forms. We can develop our own controls. Microsoft provided so many controls. Apart from that, you can also develop your own controls there. Option is available. Same like that, in our MVC, we have a similar concept called partial views. What is that? Partial view. Just like we have user controls in ASP.NET Web Forms, we have partial views in ASP.NET MVC. A partial view is also a view, but this view can be used in other views and they provide reusability. What's a partial view? What is a partial view? It's simple, guys. I have some 100 views designed. On the top of every view, I want to display the company logo on the left-hand side. On the left-hand side, the company logo should come. Beside that, company name, address, phone numbers, all these things should come. Are you getting my point? Okay. And this one should be shown for me in all the 100 views. I have 100 views here, 100 views, 100 pages now. In all the 100 pages, company name and all the things has to be shown now. Am I clear or not? They has to be shown. Okay. So if that is the case, designing this for 100 times is time taking now? Yes or not? Multiple problems. One is time taking. Second problem is not only time taking. Tomorrow, after designing all the things and giving this to the client said that phone number show me in a different font. You require to edit all the 100 views now. Are you clear? And he said that I did not like the background color. Can you change it? You're required to make the modification all the 100 views now. Easy, So that is the place where the partial views comes into picture. What is partial view? Partial view is also view. But you can use this view in other views. Did you understand my point or not? We can use this view in other views. Means I can design my header, what we are planning, what are the company logos and all the things as one partial view. Now I can place the partial view on all the 100 views now. How many times I'm designing? One time and using it for 100 times. Tomorrow, the client wants me to change the background color. I don't require to edit 100 files now. How many files will I edit? One only. Which one? Partial view. If I modify the partial view, it'll affect all the things, all the views to you automatically. Understood the point? So that is the beauty of the partial views. So it is nothing but a normal view only. How do you create a partial view is also, how do you create a normal view? Extension is also same, .cshtml. Only thing is, it has reusability. It can be placed on other views. That's all. Okay. See, a partial view is also a view, but this can be used in other views. And they provide reusability. Okay. They provide you what? Reusability is available to you in case of the partial view. Okay. Other than that, there is nothing specialty. Creating a partial view is also just like creating a normal view. And the extension of the partial view also will be .html only, CSHTML only. But in a partial view, we don't have any HTML tags like head, body by default. We don't have any tags like this. Why don't we have? You're designing a partial view. After designing the partial view, where will you put it? Partial view you can't use directly. You need to place the partial view on a view now. Already view has head tag, body tag and all. Again in the partial view, if you put head tag, body tag, multiple head tags and multiple body tags in a page now. Are you getting me? So this will not contain head, body, nothing will be there. So yeah, partial views are generally stored in the shared folder of the views folder because they are consumed by various other views in the application. Array, reusability, we can consume it in multiple places. That's where you store it, shared folder. All the partial views are generally stored in the shared folder. And it is suggested to prefix partial view names with underscore to differentiate them from other views. What is that, sir? Nothing here. What is the extension of a normal view? Partial view. Partial view. That is also .css. Then how do you differentiate between a normal view and a partial view? For differentiating, what do they say is prefix the partial view names with underscore. Prefix the partial view names with underscore. If you prefix them with underscore, then automatically you'll understand this is a normal view and this is a partial view. Are you clear? Okay. So that's what the thing here. So that's what I mentioned there. If at all you want to differentiate between the normal views and a partial view, just make a habit of prefixing the partial view names with an underscore. And guys, that's not mandatory. Very clearly mentioned you. They're optional. They're up to your choice. They're up to your choice. No restrictions for that. Okay. We'll do one thing, guys. I'm not creating a new project. We have a project already. In that, we have created few controllers also. Account controller, EMP controller, student controller, all these things. Here only we'll do one thing. Let me come to the views folder. Now look at this. Do you have a shared folder? Let's add it. I already shown you how to add it. How do you add a folder here? Very simple. Right click, add folder. Name it as shared. I named it as shared. The folder ready. What next? Here, let us go for adding a view, guys. Let's go for adding a view in this particular case. Okay. We'll do one thing. Just a minute. I'll create a view. I want to create a header for all the pages. What I want to do? I want to create a header for all the pages. So I will go for adding another folder in the project. We'll name it as images. That is to store all the images. See, everything we're separately putting it now. All controls in one folder, images in one folder, CSS in one folder, JS in one folder. That's it. Separation, that's all. Let me add one image into it. How do you add? Right click, add existing item. Add new item. Add new item means it will open a new item into you'll select. Existing item means it will open a file dialog. You can select an item from your on your monitor. On my computer, I have a folder called images. This is the image I'm using, guys. I want this image to be displayed on the top of all the pages. Okay. Yeah. I just added one image here. I named it as header.png. Is image. You use any image here, but make sure your images are horizontal images. Not like vertical or square images. Horizontal rectangular images. So because we are putting on the top, it looks banner here. How a banner will be? A rectangle, horizontal. That's what. This is like a banner. What next? The next step is let us add a view now. Shared folder. Add a view. MVC5 view, observe all of you. Give a name for the view. What did I say? Underscore? Any name, your choice. Now the view name is header.cshtml here, but I'm prefixing with a underscore. The very important thing you're required to do now is, till now we did not select these checkboxes now. Come on. Create as partial view. Create as a partial view, automatically reminding things. If you want model binding, you can do that here. I'll show you next example with model binding. First example, I'm not touching anything. Header, create as a partial. Click on the add button. When you select create as a partial view, watch it, it's blank. But regularly our views are coming with what, guys? HTML coding, nothing came now. Blank page was coming out. Now design it. Design some HTML here. Nothing. Just some simple HTML is what I wanted to design. I'm using a div tag and writing some styling for this. Color, dark Solomon, text align, center, height, 150 pixel, background color, azure, border style, dotted, border color, slate blue, border width, thick, border shadow. I'm just going to specify some shadowing styling for this. And this is nothing but HTML, nothing there for you to explain. Just one div tag I taken. Okay. And on this div tag, let me place the image now. Let me place the image now. We already have an image now. That image is what I just wanted to place here. Watch it. Image ID IMG Naresh, alternate text. You know alternate text now? If the image could not be loaded, then it will show you the alternate text. Source. Field refers to project folder. I already said you. Field slash means project folder. Another project folder. What do you have? Images. Under that, header.png. Width 96%, height 80%. Of what? Of the div. Width is div is full screen. Div will be full screen always. Div doesn't require width and height. Width is not required. Height we specify. No need width. Div is always full screen. In that, the width of my image should be 96%. Means I'm leaving some borders. 2% borders I'm leaving. Height is means I'm leaving 20% in the bottom. I'm leaving 50% in the bottom here. Okay, fine. And below this, I'm using a marquee tag. You know marquee now? Tell me, marquee. Marquee, style, font, color, crimson, behavior, alternate, what will alternate? It moves left, right like this. And in that, I'm showing me .NET, Java, Python, Hadoop, Data Science, DevOps, something. I'm just going to give some text by Marquio and finally by div. Okay, now. So this is what I'm just trying to give over there. Okay, so this is what I'm just going to create. Now my partial view is ready. What is ready? My partial view is ready. And I want to use this partial view in various other views. I want to use this partial view in various other views. Now I have various other views. In all the other views, I just wanted to go for using the partial view now. Are you clearer or not? I have many other views, and in all the places I want to use the partial view now. That's what my requirement is. Want to consume this partial view in various other views now. Okay. We'll do one thing. How to consume it first, let us learn. You can consume a partial view in 3 ways. You can consume a partial view in 3 ways. There are 3 different ways how you can consume a partial. What are the 3 ways, sir? Option number 1. Option 1. There is a method called partial. There is a method called as partial. What do you do? String partial view name. This method actually returns an MVC HTML string. It returns a MVC HTML string. How to use, I'll show you everything. Second one, HTML dot render partial. What do you give is partial view name, return type. Third one, HTML dot render action. What do you give here? Action method name, not the partial view name. I'll show you how to use all these things in detail. Watch it. Guys, yesterday, today, we created four student views now. Add student, display student, add student test, display student test. Okay. So first let me open add student. Go to the add student view. Look at this, guys. On the top, I wanted to display. What I want to display? I want to display my partial view. I wanted to display my partial view on the top. Okay, on the top of it, I just wanted to display that. Is that clear? Okay, so directly you can write @HTML dot. What is the method name? Partial. Partial. What you give the name of the partial view? Underscore header. Underscore header. Are you clear? Underscore header. And remember, guys, this method returns a value. This method returns a value. And already you know, @ is a print statement. So now this will directly you. What it prints? Array, simply it is going to read the content from there and put it here. That's all. That's just a copy paste. Did you catch my point or not? That is like a copy paste. It will copy the content from the header and put it here now. That's all. Now run this and watch. It's as simple as it. That's all. I just have a bigger font. That's why it's, yeah, watch. Are you clear? See, I put it in the 96%. I left some space on the left side, right side, the shadowing and all. And at the bottom, I use the marquee. So this is my header, what I'm going to show in all the places now. Understood? Huh? So is this easy? Oh, I forgot to show you. See, observe this way. What do you know? Very simple. Right click and go to view page source and watch. Which view are you launching? Add student, correct? If you go to view page source, what will you see? Whatever I typed there as it is came here. Just like a copy paste here, that is, it is going to read that and return the string, and the string is printed here. That's it. Okay now? Below that we have form action. Below that we have the form action. Above the form I put okay, this is coming above the body. Within the body, above the form. Every place, it was coming exactly in the same location. See that? In the demo, I just put it up. Okay now? Next. Actually, there is a drawback in this. We have just designed it, but there is a drawback. What is the drawback? I'll tell you. The corresponding view for this is a display student now. The corresponding view display student. Yeah. In the top of the display student also, I want to show this now. In the top of the display student also, I want to show that. So we write the same code now. It is for me. What is the drawback here? The drawback is this method is a value returning or non-value returning method. What is the value it returns? Louder. HTML string. So watch it. What I can do with this. MVC HTML string. Okay. some str is equals to, I'm calling the method. When I call this method, what will happen? The value will come into str, right? Yes or not? Now, str contains a whole string now. What string? Array, what did you write in the, all this content as it is will come into str. Will come into str. Now, I'm writing str dot, str is equals to str dot toString converts into normal string. It is HTML string now converting into normal string. Okay. Dot replace. I'm calling a replace method. And by using the replace, I can replace a old value with a new value. I can replace a old value with a new value. So wherever it finds 150, I want to replace with 200. Did you understand me? So str dot toString, first convert to string. Next I'm calling dot replace. Okay, dot replace. And this is going to convert what? This is going to just going to replace 150 to 250 again. Are you clear? Okay. This is what string new str is equals to. String new str. Now, what is it? The HTML string is first converted into normal string, and afterwards we call replace. Why, sir? Because HTML string doesn't have a replace method. Yeah. HTML string doesn't have replace method. See, the HTML doesn't have a replace method. See? Did you notice it? It doesn't have a replace method. That's why what did I do? I just first converted into a normal string. And after converting it into a normal string, I just called a replace and modified it. Okay. Now, I'm going to convert this into, just watch it. MVC HTML string str2 is equals to new. I'm creating the instance of a class. Which class? Louder. MVC HTML string. And the constructor takes a parameter. What is the parameter? String. The constructor, what I'm passing, say? String. Which string? Normal string. So this will convert into HTML string. This will convert into HTML string. Finally, if I want to print anything, how do I print? @str2. @str2. So what did you do? I manipulated. That's the drawback I'm telling you. The method returns a value. I can read it. I can manipulate. Advantage is there. Disadvantage is there. What is the advantage? Tomorrow, in any particular place, you want to do some changes, you can do it. Disadvantage? Manipulation. That is only advantage. That is only disadvantage also. I designed, someone is manipulating. I don't want it. Or I designed, I want it to be manipulated by others. So advantage is also there. Disadvantage is also there. You watch now the difference. Now the newly what you notice is the height. Now the height is not 150 r. The height will be 150. So this is the first one. This is 150 height. Add student this is. I'll put it to the normal size and original size. Yeah, this is the original. Okay, let me fill in the details. Click save. Will launch your display student, and here it is 200 pixels, guys. You can go to view page source and you can verify if you want. Are you clear? So the point I'm trying to tell you is we have advantage and disadvantage also. Advantage can be manipulated. Disadvantage can be manipulated. That is only advantage, that is only disadvantage in this. Are you clear? The advantage also can be manipulated. Disadvantage also can be manipulated. Okay? Just I'll simplify the code. Just a minute. What are you doing in the first line? Arey, what are you doing in the first line, yaar? You are calling the method and storing the value into a variable str1. Afterwards, you are converting into string and replacing it, again converting into HTML string. To simplify, 2 times C, here 1 str1, 1 MVC HTML string, here 1 MVC HTML string. Without that, just watch. String str is equals to dot. You can call off 2 string on the same line now. Dot 2 string converted into string. Yes or not? Str is equals to str dot. No need 2 string again. Directly replace. Str dot replace. Last what you'll do? Create a MVC string now. What it is? HTML string. What are you passing? str. At the rate HTML string. I think without creating 2 HTML strings, I directly created only 1 HTML string. See, first HTML dot partial dot, you're calling the method. So all of you, I'll just show you. Put your mouse on the methods here, you'll understand why I'm doing it. See, put your mouse on the method. What is the written type? MVC HTML string doesn't have replace method. So what I'm doing? Converting it to regular string now. Yes, this is a regular string. Next, on the regular string, I'm calling replace now. Shall we still simplify? Dot replace 150, comma 200. Tomorrow when you're working in real time, you should write code like this only. Basically, you cannot declare of multiple things, and that's not advice. This is how you should write the code. But if I put like this, first time only be confused. That's why I'm showing you. Writing is separate. Now I'm just condensing the code. I'm just trying to reduce the code. Is it clear? Still, without declaring this str, you can put this complete code in the place of, you understand English now? str is equals to, you're assigning this and using str. Yes or not? Are you in the place of str? Why can't I write this? Tell me. Copy. Replace. Remove that line also. But that looks lengthy. Straight away if I write like this, it looks lengthy. That's why I'm writing you. First I'm dividing and then I'm condensing the code. Yeah, is how you should put. Are you guys clear? Yes or not? This is how exactly the coding has to be done over there. So this statement will now print you the output on the monitor. Okay, I explained you how to work with which method? Partial. What is the second one? This is same as partial here, but return type is void, so no chance of manipulations. This is same as partial, but what the return type is? Void. So there is no chance of manipulation at all. There is no chance of manipulation. Okay. So let us open our add student tst. Shall I put it here? On the top of it. How to write? HTML dot, what is the method name? Render partial view name underscore header. Loud out. Sir, is it not a print statement? No, it's not a print statement. Why the void method? Yeah, why is the print statement? When the method contains code for printing inside of it. I am not printing. Did you understand my point or not? I am not printing. Inside the method, there is a print code. That will print. If I print, I should write @HTML dot. What we done in the previous example. Remember? Are you clear? But here, what are you doing? You're trying to call the method, that's all. The method contains the code for printing in it. Okay. So this is what. So just run this now. And here also it has to show. Got it? Got it? See? Sir, what is the width? 150 only. Not 200? No. Why? That is what we manipulated in another place, not here. Here no manipulations can be done. Is it clear? Here no manipulation. Can I write the code like this? Can I write the code like this? Error. That's error. It's giving you an error. Cannot convert void to object. Means it will treat this like a print statement. It is treating it like a print statement. Alright, this is a void method and I cannot print it on the monitor now. Are you clear? If you are directly putting at the rate and calling anything, means that is equivalent to what? Print. And that cannot print because that is a void. So that's why we require to write it as a single line statement within the curly brace. Within the curly braces. Okay. All these things here you will come to know in practice. That's all. Initially I too suffered a lot. Where should I use, where I should not use and all. That's something that cannot be induced into your brain. Only thing is practice. You write, you get an error, you correct it. So based on the future going forward, it will be okay. You will understand. I'm trying to print, I'm trying to call. If I'm trying to print at the rate HTML, or if I'm trying to call at the rate curly brace, and then I should call. That's what. That's all on practice only you will come to know. Okay, fine. Now finally, two options I shown you. Last option. Render action. What is this here? Nothing here. You're required to write an action method now and call the action method. You're calling your action view directly now. No, in this case, you will call the action method. Action method will call the view. Partial view. I'm sorry. You will call the action method. Action method will call the partial view. For example, go to student controller. All of you just watch. Go to student controller and write a new action method. Apply. Guys, all of you watch it. That is the written type now. Not view. What is the written type? Partial view. What name? Your choice, guys. Header. Written, not view. Partial view. Underscore. Unfortunately, our method name and view name are not same. Underscore is there now. If they are same, I don't require to do. Write this. Directly it will return. Say, add a student. Did you specify the view name here? Here also don't require to specify. Provided both are same, but names are different. Here it is a header and here it is underscore header. That's why I specified. Guys, now listen. You can run the partial view individually now. Array, you just like you run a normal view, you can also run a partial view individually now. How is it? What's your controller name? Student. What's your action method name? Header, right? Array, you're running a partial view individually now. You designed a partial view. How does it look? Did you get my question? You designed a partial view here. How does it look? You can run like this and see. Later, you can make any changes or anything and then start adding to other views. Okay? So that's what. Fine. Now, shall I show this view in display student ST? Display student ST. That is our fourth view. Guys, till now in 3 views I placed it already. Now the fourth view I am placing it. Display student ST. What should I do? I should call this method now. Which method? Render action. HTML dot render action. This render action is also void method, guys. This is also Void method, because this is also void method, I just require to call it in the same way. How did I call render partial method earlier? The difference is the render action method, you require to specify the action method name now. What to specify? The action method name has to be specified. You are required to provide the action method name. Slash student slash, what is the method name? Head. As header. So what is happening? You are calling the action method, and the action method will bring and put the content of the view in this place now. So you can run add student est. Yeah, let's fill in some values. Save. We'll launch you display student st and display student. Oh, there's a breakpoint, I think. Or you're asking for action name, that's all. Got it. Got add a student? Yes. Are you guys clear? So 3 different ways or 3 different options are available for us to do. 1 and 2, directly calling. What is the difference? The difference is one is a value returning method, second one is a non-value returning method. Third option requires some extra efforts. What are the extra efforts? You also require to define a action method, not controller, a new action method, and call the action method. Understood the point? You're required to define a new action method and call the action method. But understand, this gives you a flexibility to run the partial view independently. In the first 2 cases, can I run the partial view independently? No. But in the third case, because there is an action method, you can run a partial view independently. You designed a big view now, a partial view, and you want to see how it looks, then you can just follow this particular process. So this is how exactly you can just use a partial view in different places. So guys, you can observe, I have just listed up all the coding for you, like how a partial view can be utilized. See, 3 options to call. The first option of calling the method partial returns and we can call this method in any of our view pages. Because this method returns a string back, there is a chance to manipulate the content of the partial in the future within our view page. Chances are there to manipulate. Second is also done in our view pages, and this is preferred option because the return type is void and there no chance to manipulate the partial view. That is, it can be used as is only. So if you want to manipulate, first option. No as is, second option. Third one. Third option is also non-modifiable, but to use this, we need to define a new action method under any controller class, because in this case, we call the action method in our view page, but not partially. You are calling the action method, but not the partial. I hope it is clear, everyone. Yes or not? See, tomorrow you practice this one. First, tomorrow I'll show you with model binding. No static data. You're going to get the data from models. Okay, I'll show you that. Let's stop here. We'll continue tomorrow.